Yo, what's good, my people? It's your boy, Big Chris, aka the Compton Animator, and I'm here to give you people another review. So tonight, I'm reviewing WWE Raw. This is the night after TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, and the show kicks off with the Authority in the ring. Before I talk about this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. I got my posts down there for Twitter and all that stuff. So like I said, the show kicks off with the Authority in the ring. Authority walks, I think they was in the ring already, and you got most of the wrestlers from the locker room on the stage like they usually did after SummerSlam, after Randy Orton won. And it's basically a ceremony for Randy Orton in his championship. They bring out Randy Orton, and Triple H and Stephanie talk him up and say how great he is for winning last night. And then Randy Orton talks about how great he is for winning last night and he's the best and stuff like that. Halfway into his promo, John Cena starts talking and basically starts saying, "Oh, we know what you already going to say, Randy Orton," and stuff, and saying he's going to say Viper and he's the Predator and all that stuff. And Cena basically says, I want to challenge you, but I promised the match to somebody else, and that's Daniel Bryan, and you should fight him tonight. And he said, ask the crowd, do we want to fight? Do they want that fight and stuff like that? And the Authority basically gave us the fight. It was an okay opening segment. I liked Randy Orton here because he was very vicious at points at times, and he was loud and stuff like that. And he wasn't that slow Randy Orton type guy. He was angry and stuff like that, so I liked him here. I didn't like John Cena at all here. He was basically cheap heat night guy for me. It wasn't working for me. I think if you wanted to get Daniel Bryan a match, let Daniel Bryan speak up for himself. I'm tired of John Cena being that guy that always has to be speaking up for everybody and stuff like that, because I think Daniel Bryan can do this on his own. He don't need John Cena. If they want to give us a match with John Cena, just do it then, Stop beating around the bush with us and shit like that, and stop having him try to feed off of Daniel Bryan's hype. So yeah, that ended like that. Next we get the Rose Dynasty versus Big Show and Rey Mysterio. An okay match here. They had a lot of fun parts in this match, especially with Big Show and Cody Rhodes when they were in the ring. Big Show slaps the shit out of Cody Rhodes' chest. You can hear that shit echo and shit like that. He gave him a real good one. And what ends up happening is Big Show knocks out Goldust, and Rey Mysterio does his drop, and the Big Show and Rey Mysterio come up with the win here. So I think they're going to probably continue this on face versus face for the tag team titles probably soon down the line. Then we get a Bad News Barrett segment. He's talking about the lottery and how none of these people are going to win it because they're basically sucks. I like the Bad News Barrett stuff at a point. I like that Barrett just doing something and they're putting him back on TV. So hopefully, they do something with this soon and don't just let it drop or whatever. And then after that, we get the Authority and Randy Orton. They're backstage. And Randy Orton's just pissed off about this, and the Authority's basically telling him, we believe in you. You just got to show us that, you're the guy and stuff like that. Same thing they've been saying to him for a while. After that, and Randy Orton was yelling and going crazy back there and stuff too. So I actually like Randy Orton tonight. He actually, showed character, which is something I've been wanting from him for the last 6 months. Shit, for the last whole few years, I wanted to see him just get angry and show a lot of character. Next we get Fandango versus Dolph Ziggler, rematch from the pre-show pay-per-view, and an okay match here. You get Dolph Ziggler, who wins with a roll-up and basically runs out of the ring, and Summer Rae's Fandango's mad as shit. And then next we get Mark Henry and Big E versus the Real Americans. Probably the match of the night for me, because this was a very good match right here. A lot of character from Mark Henry and Big E, a lot of character from the Real Americans. You got the crowd who was hot the whole night. They was loving Mark Henry because he's from Texas, and hating Swagger because he's from Oklahoma and went to Oklahoma State. And just a lot of fun tonight with this and stuff like that. It was a very fun match to watch. And Big E and Mark Henry come out with the win here. The match got a lot of time too, so it was just a fun match to watch. Next we get Damian Sandow, who's dressed as Santa Claus, and he's with AJ Lee and Tamina, and he's basically talking to a kid and telling her that, you know, Christmas is bullshit, basically that, you know, just being a bad Santa to her and stuff like that, and tell her that she's not getting nothing for Christmas and shit like that. So they're playing it off because it's going to be something big, I guess, that's going to happen with Mark Henry and Damien Sandow next week. It's like, I guess, the fight of the Santas. So they do something with Mark Henry later in the night. Next we get Tons of Funk with Tons of Funk versus Ryback and Curtis Axel with R-Truth and what's the boy's name? Xavier Woods on the announcers team, and Tons of Funk fights them, and Sweet Tea is in the ring fighting most of the time, and he goes for a tag to Brodus Clay. Brodus Clay steps back and doesn't tag him, and then they start arguing, and then Ryback gets him and puts him in the shell shock, and Brodus Clay basically starts arguing with people and stuff, and he basically leaves. And when he's walking away, R-Truth and Xavier Woods get in the ring and basically steal the Funkadactyls from him and start dancing with him. So I guess this is the full breakup of Tons of Funk, which is pretty good to me. And I like to see where they go with the Funkadactyls from here and stuff, and where they go with Tenzai. And they're probably going to feud Tenzai and Brodus Clay, and then feud them with Xavier Woods and them. So yeah, after that we get CM Punk. He comes to the ring and he's talking shit to the Authority and telling Triple H that he needs to come out because he got some shit to say to him. Shawn Michaels ends up coming out and telling Shawn Michaels telling CM Punk that he has an obsession with the Authority and he just needs to leave it alone. Then Shawn Michaels says something about him kicking CM Punk and he's probably mad about that. And then CM Punk says that, you know, I'll forgive the kick, you know, I like you and stuff like that. And, you know, the kid in me probably liked the fact that you kicked me. But if you do it again, I'm going to fuck you up, basically. I'm going to kick you back. And then Shawn Michaels says, I have something that's going to hurt you still even more. And he brings out the Shield. So we get the Shield match with CM Punk and a team that they voted on for the night, which is Usos. Usos got to fight with CM Punk. And we get another pretty good match here. Usos was hype, CM Punk was hype, the Shield was hype, and the Shield come out with the win here. Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth here. At a part of the match, the Usos were getting beat up. You had the crowd who was hyped for it. CM Punk is very good at getting the crowd hype as well when he's in these tag team matches on the apron and stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. Shield comes out with the win here. Let's see what else. Oh, next we get a Bray Wyatt video package, and he's basically saying how good it felt to beat up Daniel Bryan, and that this goes to show that he's on the right path and stuff like that, and he's getting ready to take down the Machine. We don't know what the Machine is yet, but like all three of the Wyatt family are looking to the corner, and we're wondering what they're looking at, and each one of them is starting to say, you know, things about like, you know, how this is what they need to do, and you know, it was like they were just basically talking to something, and they were like, yes, we're on the right path, basically. And the camera turns and we see it's the rocking chair that's rocking by itself, and I guess it's supposed to be the ghost of Sister Abigail that's sitting in the chair. So yeah, we get a creepy segment from that, and that was a pretty good segment to me. Next we get a next we get a match with AJ Lee, Tamina, and Alicia Fox versus Natalya and the Bella Twins. A quick but okay match, Divas match here. Coming off especially after the Divas match that we had at TLC, that was pretty good. The highlight of this match was Nikki Bella was going for her, I guess, slam or whatever she does, like kind of a torch rack thing that she was going to do on AJ Lee, and she gets the shit kicked out of her by Tamina, and AJ Lee ends it with a shining wizard to the face, and Nikki was holding her face like she was about to bleed or something like that, or she was very hurt. So she sold that very well. After that, we get Mark Henry, who's doing the Santa Claus thing, and is basically talking to a kid, and the kid says something about cancer or canceled or some shit like that. And Mark Henry says everything is okay, so we find out next week is going to be Good Santa versus Bad Santa, Mark Henry versus Damien Sandow. Next, we get a backstage segment with Randy Orton, and he's basically yelling at Renee, you know, same shit, saying about how he's mad at the Authority, and the WWE Universe is getting their asses kissed and stuff like that by the Authority and shit like that, and that he's going to do something about it tonight and shit. And then we get a title match with Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, and it's a pretty good match right here, a nice match. Daniel Bryan, both Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan showed a lot of character here. Doing a lot of moves, very aggressive here. We get one point in the match where Daniel Bryan has Randy Orton in the hold, and Randy Orton, to get out the hold, decides to bite Daniel Bryan's knee, and that gets him out. But the referee is yelling at him and shit. And then at another point, Daniel Bryan's is doing something with Randy Orton. He just starts biting his head and stuff. And like, it's a lot of back and forth in this match. Randy Orton is jumping out of the ring. I mean, Daniel Bryan's jumping out of the ring on Randy Orton. Randy Orton's hitting him with what do you do? Suplexes him off of the top rope and stuff like that. So it was a very aggressive match, and a lot of nice stuff done here. Daniel Bryan wins with a DQ because Randy Orton hits him with a low blow. So that ends the match. And John Cena comes out. I think Randy Orton I think he was trying to beat up Daniel Bryan or some shit like that. But John Cena music hits, and he comes out after that, and he basically throws Randy Orton out the ring. But Randy Orton ends up getting back in the ring and hitting John Cena with the RKO. And then I think he hit Bryan with an RKO too. He did something, but both of them, him and John Cena and Daniel Bryan was on the ground, and Randy Orton was outside holding. He's just basically standing up, proud and stuff like that. So it was a pretty good match at the end. It was a pretty good Raw tonight. All in all, I would probably give it a C. I would have given it like a B minus or like a B, but there was one thing tonight that fucked this show up right up. And it was the commentators, the announcing team. They were the worst they've been in a long time tonight. They started off tonight by doing selfies. They argued about everything. They never called any of the matches tonight. They were just going crazy tonight. You had JBL talking in between people promos and stuff like that. Michael Cole, who didn't know what the hell's going on sometimes. The King was just out of it during the whole night and stuff like that. And they were horrible tonight. Yeah, man. I mean, I never really talk about them, and I just kind of zone them out. But yeah, they were horrible tonight, and I hope WWE does something about this, because it's hard to watch the matches when you got Michael Cole, JBL, and the King who are putting themselves over in your ear and stuff like that. That's all you can hear, so it takes away from the matches. And like, especially it was Biggie and Mark Henry versus the Real Americans, and they were just talking about something. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then when they did the selfies during Rey Mysterio, Big Show, and the Rhodes Brothers match, I was just like, what the? They taking the camera off of them to watch these dudes do a selfie, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So the announcer team was horrible tonight. I mean, they really pissed me off tonight, and like, I don't know, WWE needs to do something about them. That shit was just crazy. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. If you take out the announcer team, you had a really nice Raw here tonight, coming out for the pay-per-view. And you had Randy Orton, who had some character tonight. So yeah, I give it a C plus at the most, but it comes down from the B I was probably going to give it because of the way the announcing team was tonight. They were fucking bad. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, hit me up. You can find me at BigChris145 or at Compton Animator. And yeah, hit me up. I got all my links and stuff in the description. Peace.